Hawaii Volcano Eruption. Are volcanoes new to humans? Certainly not. They've become common occurrences to our world today, and we've one picture of them: dreadful, disastrous, and catastrophic. Well, yeah, that's true, but the cases of non-dangerous ones can make some real wonder you'll love to see. Here, it all feels different from the normal notion. These types are rare, but Hawaii just experienced one a few days ago, and you'll really love to see this. Join us in this video as we explore the incredible Hawaii volcano eruption that didn't take any life and made a beautiful sight. A brief history. Hawaiian Islands' shield volcano Kilauea is currently active. The volcano, which is between 210,000 and 280,000 years old and is situated along the southeast coast of the big island of Hawaii, first rose above the surface around 100,000 years ago. Of the 5 volcanoes that collectively make up Hawaii Island, it has historically been the most active. The most recent and continuing eruption of Kilauea, one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, started on September 29, 2021, when numerous vents started to pour lava within Hale Mau, a pit crater in the volcano's summit caldera. Kilauea, the present eruptive core of the Hawaiian Emperor seamount chain, is the second youngest result of the Hawaiian hotspot. Kilauea was originally believed to be a satellite of its much bigger neighbor because it lacks topographic prominence, and its historical activities have corresponded with those of Mauna Loa. At its summit, Kilauea contains a large caldera that was very recently constructed, 2 active rift zones that span 125 kilometers to the east and 35 kilometers to the west, and an active fault that is unknown in depth but is moving vertically on average at a rate of 2 to 20 millimeters per year. An active lava lake was present in the pit crater Hale Mau between 2008 and 2018. Between January 1983 and April 2018, Kilauea also practically continually erupted from vents on its eastern rift zone, inflicting significant property damage, including the 1990 destruction of the villages of Kalapana and Kame, as well as the region's famed black sand beach. Lava erupted from 24 vents as activity moved farther downrift from the summit to the lower Puna Valley, starting in May 2018. During the eruption, there were 3 locations where powerful lava fountains erupted and drove rivers of molten rock into the ocean. The eruption entirely submerged the towns of Kapoho, Vacationland, Hawaii, and the majority of Kapoho beach lots. It also completely devastated Hawaii's biggest natural freshwater lake and buried significant areas of Leilani Estates and Lanepuna Gardens. Additionally, lava expanded new land about a mile into the ocean, filling Kapoho Bay. 716 homes were reported to have been destroyed by lava by the county of Hawaii. The lava lake within Hale Mau emptied a sequence of explosive collapse events took place at the volcano's peak, with at least one explosion sending ash 30,000 feet into the air. These events happened simultaneously with the activity downrift in Lower Puna. This activity led to the Kilauea area of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park being closed for many months. September 2018 marked the end of the eruption. After more than 2 years of dormancy, Kilauea erupted once again between December 2020 and May 2021 within the Hale Mau crater. Lava spewing from numerous vents boiled off a water lake that had been developing inside the crater for more than a year, replacing it with a lava lake 229 meters deep. The Hawaii eruption, not dangerous, but a spectacular sight. One of the most active volcanoes in the world, Kilauea in Hawaii, is erupting once again and putting on a spectacular show with exploding lava fountains and lava waves. Yet no big island towns are in danger. After a brief lull in activity, Kilauea's lava erupted high into the air and covered nearly 300 acres, 120 hectares of the Hawaii volcano's summit crater floor. providing a breathtaking scene. In her 25 years of observing the volcano, Gillian Maronic referred to the lake of lava that developed within Halemaumau crater as the most magnificent she had ever seen. The water was really deep and very full. "It's shining," said Maronic, who runs the adjoining town of Volcanoes Volcano Hideaways vacation rental company with her husband. "The lake's surface," she observed, "looks like stained glass." Less than a month after Kilauea and its bigger neighbour, Mauna Loa, stayed dormant, its most recent eruption started on Thursday. Kilauea last erupted from September 2021 until mid-December 2021. When it erupted for approximately 2 weeks beginning in late November, Mauna Loa rumbled to life for the first time in 38 years. The summit crater of Kilauea, which is located within Hawaii Volcanoes National Park and away from populated areas, is projected to remain the site of the volcano's last eruption, according to the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory. Kilauea's alert level was increased by the observatory on Thursday, but it was downgraded from warning to watch the following morning, since the initial high effusion rates are reducing and no infrastructure is endangered. Mayor of the Big Island, Mitch Roth, finds that comforting. He remarked on Friday, "We're feeling quite comfortable about where it's at right now." Visitors are attracted to the eruption because of its splendor. Visitors to Hawaii Volcanoes National Park were able to observe lava from both eruptions at the same time during the twin explosions. According to Ken Hon, the scientist in charge of the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, it was a beautiful eruption and many people got to witness it. It didn't wipe down any big infrastructure, and most importantly, it didn't damage anybody's life. While Mauna Loa lava didn't pose a danger to any cities, it did flow to within 1.7 miles of Hawaii, the biggest island in the Hawaiian archipelago's east-west thoroughfare. The observatory will keep an eye out for any indications of increased activity at the volcanoes. Hon previously said that it typically takes 3 months for an eruption to cool down before experts declare it to be over. Owner of the tour business, Epic Lava, John Tarson, claimed to have had non-stop conversations with travelers interested in seeing the volcano. Many others who were on the island fled after learning about it to continue doing whatever else they were doing in Hawaii. And right now, they're changing all of their plans and returning to witness this, he added. As much lava as the width of a football field was launched from Kilauea on Thursday night, although most of the so-called lava fountains were smaller, rising just 32 feet into the air. The observatory reported that the lava fountains had some energy loss by dawn, but remained regularly 16 feet high. According to Matt Patrick, a geologist at the observatory, this is normal behavior at the beginning of Kilauea eruptions. Kilauea has done this cycle of collapse and refilling many times at its top, he added. He said that the early morning hours are the finest for seeing lava on the surface. The lava may be difficult to see during the day, but there will be a glow at night. And all of the park's viewing spots will have ideal vantage positions, according to Jody Anastasio, a spokesman for the national park. Volcanic eruptions have significant cultural and spiritual meaning for the native Hawaiians. Many Hawaiians participated in traditional practices during the Mauna Loa eruption, including singing, chanting, and dancing in honor of Pele, the goddess of fire and volcanoes, and leaving hukupu gifts. In Hawaii and elsewhere, Kilauea Pisiota, a cultural practitioner who lives on Kilauea's slopes, urged Hawaiians to honor Akua, or gods and goddesses, including Pele, the goddess of volcanoes and fire. Take some time today, wherever you are, to think about them and express your gratitude for bringing new life and new land, she said on Friday. Tourism. Since the 1840s, local merchants like Benjamin Pittman and George Lycurgus have operated a number of hotels above the rim, including Volcano House, which is still the only lodging or dining establishment within Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. The proposal for a park on the volcano's slopes was originally put out by William Richards Castle Jr. in 1903. Lorin A. Thurston, the grandson of American missionary Asa Thurston and investor in hotels around the volcano's rim, started his campaign for the park In 1891, a draft law to establish Kilauea National Park was offered in 1911 by Governor Walter F. Freyer, whose newspaper, the Honolulu Advertiser, Thurston controlled. Woodrow Wilson signed House Resolution 9525 into law on August 1, 1916, after support from John Muir, Henry Cabot Lodge, and former President Theodore Roosevelt, in opposition to local ranchers. The resolution has also been the subject of other legislative efforts. It was the country's 11th national park and the first in a territory. A few weeks later, the National Park Service Organic Act, which established the National Park Service and gave it control over the system's expansion, was signed into law. It was separated from Haleakala National Park on September 22, 1960, and was formerly known as Hawaii National Park. The park, now known as the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, is a significant conservation organization, a popular tourist destination, and has been a World Heritage Site since 1987. Tourism was a relatively new idea in its early years, but it developed gradually until taking off with the introduction of jet travel in 1959, the year Hawaii became a state. Despite the fact that Kilauea is one of the few volcanoes in the world that is in a relatively continual state of moderate eruption, the island's unique tropical surroundings nonetheless serve as a key magnet for tourists. Kilauea receives around 2.6 million visitors each year, the majority of whom started their journey to the volcano from the Kilauea Visitor Center, close to the park's entrance. According to the National Park Service, the Thomas A. Jagger Museum was a well-liked destination for tourists. The museum's observation platform, which was situated at the Kilauea caldera's edge and had the greatest protected views of the volcanic activity at Halemaumau, was permanently closed after the building it was housed in suffered structural damage from earthquakes linked to the 2018 eruptive events. Within the park, accommodation is offered at the Volcano House, while adjacent Volcano Village offers other housing alternatives. The Kilauea Military Camp offers accommodation for those with military ties. The park offers a variety of hiking routes, attractions, and ranger-led activities. That's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Your likes and subscription to our channel is one way we'll know you appreciate what we're doing. Please keep it coming. We'd also like to know about your thoughts and feelings over this volcanic experience. Feel free to drop your comments below in the box provided.